Hi girls, welcome back to our second term portion of EVS1 Science First Class 5th, which is presented by Mrs. Shilpa Ribeiro. Girls, let's continue with our lesson number 21, Busy at Work, our internal organ part 2. In the first part, girls, we have learned that there are different types of organs in our body and they are working differently and their locations are different in our body. Also, we have studied about the respiratory system, the diaphragm and its movement, exchange of gases, and also about cilia and mucus. So girls, now let's begin with our second part and the new topic. We all know that respiration is important for our life, and in the process of respiration lungs are involved and they are very important. Whatever air we inhale, we take inside should be clean, pure and clear. It should be purified air. But there are many people who have the habit of smoking, and smoking is very bad or harmful for the body. So, smoking contains tobacco, and which is not good for the body. So, girls, here is the effects of smoking. If one keeps smoking over a long period of time, the toxic substances in the smoke collect in the respiratory tract. As a result, the air that enters the lungs is not sufficiently purified and the impurities in the air begin to accumulate in the lungs. So, can you see here, girls, the lungs? Yeah. So, one lung is healthier and one lung is unhealthy. That means it is those who are smoking, their lungs condition becomes or it gets damaged. Okay, so when people smoke, so lot of toxic substances which is there present in that cigarette or bidi, it goes into the lungs, and because of these toxic substances, the exchange of the gases in the lungs does not take place, and so these lungs are totally getting the impure air, and same impure air is circulated to all parts of the body. So because of this smoking, the toxic substances are entered in the lungs, which is not good for the respiration. So, as a result, the efficiency of the lungs is reduced. What is efficiency? It is a quality. The quality of the lungs is reduced. It becomes less. And because of that, the disease starts getting placed into the lungs. Whatever the lungs disease is there, it starts increasing. For the example, lung cancer. Then there are many types of diseases by the smoking. So it starts taking place. So the solid particles in the tobacco smoke from the cigarette or bidi form a sticky layer inside the alveoli. This reduces the amount of oxygen supplied to the body. These ill effects lead to diseases of respiratory organs, including life-threatening diseases like lung cancer. So you must have heard about the lung cancer, or you must have heard about the cancer. there are different types of cancers. So one is the lung cancer, and this happens only because of smoking or chewing tobacco. You must have heard in the television, many things are being told on the television. Okay, so this is one of the disease which is known as lung cancer, and it causes only because of chewing tobacco or continuously smoking. The person who is continuously smoking hour after hour, they get this disease as a lung cancer. So this smoking is not good for the body. It might damage your lungs. Okay, and why? Because only of continuous smoking or chewing tobacco. So in addition, some toxic substances in the tobacco also enter the alveoli. Can you see here? Here is a normal alveoli which is present in our body. And when the person smokes continuously or chew tobacco, what happens? The alveoli is damaged. Can you see the condition of the alveoli when the smoking takes place? Because the impure air is being passed, or the impure air which inhale inside is being passed to all the parts of the body, and because of that the alveoli also can be damaged. Here is a picture of the lungs, the non-smoker lungs and the smoker lungs. So the non-smoker lungs are the healthy lungs. Can you see in the picture? Yes, it is a healthy lungs. But if you see the smoker lungs, what is it? It is unhealthier. It is damaged. The lungs are damaged. Can you see it? It has turned into black because the smoke enters in the lungs, and that is very bad for the body, for the lungs. So now girls, you identify here which are the good lungs and which are the bad lungs, which are the healthier and unhealthier lungs. Okay, and you decide whether smoking is good or bad for life, for body. So if your example, if your father or your uncle, if any of your relatives is smoking, you can tell them the importance about the lungs. You can tell them the importance, what happens when the smoking is being done. So you can tell them in about each and everything. Now another topic is about the passive smoking. If there are people around us who smoke, then we may have to face the consequences of smoking even if we do not smoke ourselves. So when the person is smoking, what happens? That smoke, whatever they give out, it moves in the air, in our surroundings. Correct? So the dust, smoke, chemical which is present in the surrounding, same when we inhale oxygen, it goes in our body even though we are not smoking. So always remember, always keep in mind children, that whenever the person is smoking, and if you are nearby, you are supposed to cover your nose with handkerchief. Okay, and better tell that person that not to smoke in private places, or force them to stop smoking, that you are not supposed to smoke. Tell them the importance of the lungs. What happens? Tell them their lungs will get damaged if you smoke, and even our lungs also will get damaged. Still we are not smoking. If you are not smoking also, our lungs will get damaged, because you are smoking and that smoke is spread in the air, and that same air we are inhaling, we are taking inside. So because of that, we also will not suffer, we will suffer from the other disease. We will not get a pure air, we will also get the impure air. So you give the importance, tell them about the problems facing by smoking. Okay, so that is why there is now ban on smoking in public places. We can see the posters, the boards, see here, no smoking, stop smoking. Okay, even on the cigarette packets, this have written smoking kills, or tobacco causes cancer, smoking is injurious to health, but still people smoke. Okay, so if your relatives or if you see any of the person smoking, stop them by smoking. Okay, now next topic we are going to see is the digestion. So let us now learn something about the alimentary canal, the digestive organs and their functions. Now what do you mean by digestion, children? Have you heard the word digestion? Yes, we have heard, but exactly what it is, how it takes place in our body, we don't know anything. Only we know that we eat from mouth and it goes in our stomach. But what is going on inside our stomach, what are the different organs, by the different organs, how it is moving in our stomach, we don't know anything about it. Correct? So we are going to study now. So you all know that in our day-to-day life and in our day-to-day diet, food, we all eat lot of different varieties. Correct? Lot of food material like different types of vegetables, fruits, pizza, burger, many more. Correct? More nowadays, due to corona, we have stopped eating from outside, but otherwise we eat more from outside and less in from the household. Correct? So all these many items we eat, and all this food material, when we eat, what happens? It goes in our body. And how exactly they do all the process from mouth to the stomach, from stomach to the small intestine, then the large intestine, and then from anus it comes. So how it takes place, we are going to see the process one by one, step by step. Okay, so we all know that digestion starts from mouth. We all of them knows that digestion starts from mouth and it ends at the anus. So what we do, we put food material in the mouth and then it goes in the stomach. But we don't know anything. What is the process inside? Do we know what happens after that? No. So we are going to learn about it one by one, step by step. What is the process going on inside our body? So there are different organs which are involved, but we don't know anything about it. It is not visible to us. We can't say anything about it. As we have said, I have told you in the first part, there are internal organs and external organs. So we are studying about internal organs which are inside our body. So we don't know anything about our inside the body, but what our hands are doing, what our eyes are doing, we see them each and every second. Correct? But what is going on inside our body, we don't know anything. Only we know that we keep put the food in the mouth and then it goes in the stomach. Only we know this much. So we are going to study about it. So here is the digestive system, diagram of the digestive system. Okay, so here it starts from the mouth and ends at the anus. So here mouth, then salivary glands, esophagus, liver or gland, stomach, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. So this is the way from it starts from the mouth, and with the help of all these organs it ends to the anus. Okay, means whichever the undigested particles, undigested food is there, it comes out from our body. That is, we go for toilet, correct? So that is known as the undigested food which comes out. It is coming through the help of anus. Okay, so we are going to study. Now, this is a continuous process in our body. When we eat, this happens continuously. Okay, and so these organs, continuous process, these organs continuously working is known as alimentary canal. It is known as alimentary canal. So the alimentary canal, the food we eat is digested in our body. So that is substances that can mix with the blood are formed from the food. This process takes place in different parts of a long and flexible tube inside our body, and this tube is called the alimentary canal. So what they say, that the food we eat is digested. Naturally it is digested in our body. It goes through the help of the mouth, correct? And these substances, what happens, can mix with the blood and they form from the food. Okay, and this process, whatever is going on, okay, takes place in different parts of the long and flexible tube inside our body, and that is known as alimentary canal. So here is the diagram, girls. So there is a long flexible tube inside our body which starts from the mouth and ends at anus. Can you see the pink color? Yeah, so it starts from the mouth, then it is joined to stomach, and from stomach it is joined to small intestine. From small intestine it is joined to large intestine, then rectum and the anus. Okay, so this is how the digestion process takes place in our body. So whatever food we are eating goes in our stomach, then completely digestion takes place, and then finally food is mixing up with the blood. So in this diagram you can see that mouth, okay, mouth is joined to stomach. Can you see the pink color line? Yeah. So it is joined to stomach with the help of the esophagus. It is known as food pipe. Then it is joined to the small intestine, then to the large, and then to the rectum and the anus. Okay, so stomach is connected, mouth is connected to the stomach, stomach is connected to the small intestine, and then small intestine is connected to the large intestine, and then rectum and anus. So this is known as alimentary canal. Clear, girls? So this continuous process of digestion, whatever is going on, is known as the alimentary canal. So the digestion begins from the mouth and it ends at the anus. So this from mouth till the anus, whatever the process is being done of digestion is known as alimentary canal. So the upper end of this tube is the mouth and the lower end is called the anus. So the mouth is the upper end. The mouth is the upper end. We begin from the mouth, so it is the upper end. And the lower end is the anus. So whatever undigested food material is there, it comes out from our body. So that is the lower end. So even if there is a continuous tube going from the mouth to the anus, the shape of this tube is not same in all the parts of the body. Okay? It is continuously it happens, but still the tube shape is not same in all its parts. It is different. So the different parts of the alimentary canal have different structures and different functions. So these different parts are called the digestive organs. Certain glands outside the alimentary canal assist the process of digestion. Assist means help. So the different parts of the alimentary canal have their different structures. Also their functions are different. Okay. So all these parts are known as digestive organs. And there are some glands. We are going to study about it. Glands outside the alimentary canal. And they help for the process of digestion. So now here is a new word for you all. Okay. So now what do you mean by gland? They are not actually present in the process of digestion. The glands are not in the process of digestion, means from mouth to the anus. Okay. These glands produce certain type of chemical and this chemical attack on the food. Whatever food material we eat, they attack on this food material. And then these food particles gets broken down easily into the juice. It is turned into the juice. So now exactly what is the meaning of glands? It is an organ that secretes a certain substance. It prepares a certain substance. So that food material is prepared what? Juice is prepared of that with the help of the glands. So for example here, if you see in the picture, there is a salivary gland. Correct? The liver is present here. So these salivary glands and the liver are one of the types of the glands which help for the process of digestion. Okay. So these salivary glands which is present inside the mouth, what happens? They produce the saliva. Saliva means spit, no? Which helps the food particles to break down easily. And in stomach, liver is present. Can you see here? In stomach, liver is present and in mouth, salivary glands are present. So these salivary glands and liver are present in our body. So liver also is one of the example of the gland. So salivary gland and liver, they are the glands which produce the chemical. So what is basically gland now? So gland is the organ which produces certain chemicals. And these chemicals attack on the food particles to make it into the juice. Okay. So that we can digest easily. It will be very easy for us to digest when it prepares in the juice form. Okay. So now we are going to study about the digestive organs. The process of digestion begins as soon as food is taken into the mouth. Now what we know, when we put it in the mouth, what we do? We chew it with the help of the teeth. With the help of the tongue, we taste it. Correct? Yeah, we only know that much. And then it goes in our stomach. But exactly what happens in our body? We are going to study that. So, the process of digestion begins as soon as food is taken into the mouth. Can you see here? Yes. So, in the mouth, we take the food material. Correct? So, the process of digestion starts from there. But we also know that the teeth, tongue, and saliva are present in our body, in the mouth. Correct? So, what is the function of the teeth? What teeth is doing? Teeth are breaking the food particles into smaller and smaller parts, smaller pieces. Sometimes when you are eating in a hurry, your parents are saying, see, chew your food. That means what happens? Our teeth is chewing means our teeth is breaking the food particles into smaller pieces, smaller parts. So how? When saliva is mixed with food, it becomes very small, soft and moist. Okay, so the teeth, tongue and saliva all help to convert this food into a soft moist ball, which is known as bolus, which is called as bolus, which is easy to swallow. So when with the help of teeth, tongue and saliva, what happens? Whichever food we eat, it becomes soft and moist. It becomes very soft and moist like a juice type, and then it goes easily in our stomach. Okay, so this soft and moist ball is known as bolus. It is known as bolus. So what is bolus? Bolus means soft moist ball which is formed in the mouth. So what is bolus? Bolus means soft moist ball which is formed in the mouth. Okay. So the bolus passes through the esophagus into the stomach. So can you see in the picture? So it is moving in the mouth, from mouth with the help of the teeth, tongue and saliva. What happens? This bolus passes through the help of esophagus. Esophagus means the food pipe. Can you see the straight pink color? It is known as food pipe, esophagus. So it goes into directly in the stomach. Okay. Now the stomach is shaped like a bag. Can you see here? It looks like a bag. So the stomach is shaped like a bag and the food is churned. Churn means it is completely digested. It is completely converted into juice. Okay. So the digestive juices in the stomach bring about some digestive processes. At the same time, some disease producing germs in the food are also destroyed. The food changes into a thin slurry in the stomach. Then it passes into the small intestine. Now what do you mean by slurry? Slurry means a semi-liquid mixture. Okay? It is totally not a liquid. It is semi-liquid. Little liquid type. Okay? So there are different types of digestive juices which are present in our stomach. And this brings about the procession of the digestion in detail, slowly, one by one. So do you know that most of the time, along with the food which we have, the disease causing germs, microorganisms also enters our body, enters our stomach. So naturally, if when we eat, naturally from the mouth it goes in the stomach. So these germs and these microorganisms also goes in our stomach. So as stomach as a got acidic condition, our stomach is having a acidic condition. Okay, and this because of this acidic condition, what happens? These germs and microorganisms are killed. They are destroyed in the stomach. This stomach kills the disease which we get from the microorganisms or the germs. They are destroyed. So that is how the food after the stomach digestion into a slurry. Okay, so when in the stomach, what happens? It is formed in the semi-liquid type. Okay, and then it is passed to the small intestine. Then this slurry is passed into the small intestine. Okay, so from the stomach it is passed into the small intestine. Now, the small intestine of an adult is about 7 meters long. So the digestive juices in the intestine bring about several digestive processes. Can you see here? Large intestine and small intestine. So this small intestine, what is the, how many meters long it is? It is 7 meters long in the adult, in an adult. Adult means the bigger people. Okay. So these digestive juices in the intestine bring about several digestive processes. So what happens here? When you can see here the small intestine, it is 7 meters long and nicely it is coiled. Okay, it is coiled and arranged nicely, completely and properly. So in the small intestine also there are different types of digestive juices which are produced. Okay, so the secretions of some glands also help the process of digestion, as such liver, salivary glands. So this also helps in the process of digestion. So as a result of all these digestive processes, certain substances are produced and these are useful to the body and can get mixed with the blood. So lot of secretion from liver, from salivary glands also help the process of the digestion in the smaller intestine. So in the small intestine, what happens? The process of digestion is completed totally. And then these digested substances, they get mixed with the blood. So here the digestive process is completed in the small intestine. And then the digested food is absorbed in the blood, which it goes to all parts of the body. Okay, then in the small intestine they are absorbed into the blood. The remaining substances pass into the large intestine. Now can you see in the picture here large and small intestine? Yeah, so it is connected over there. So the small intestine, what they do? They absorb the digested food material with the help of the blood. But whatever the undigested food is there, it is not absorbed by the small intestine. So what happens? This undigested food is passed into the large intestine. Okay, what happens? The full procedure is completed in the small intestine. Now, the undigested food which is not absorbed, what happens? It is thrown away from the small intestine to the large intestine. It is passed. So whatever undigested food is present, it is passed to the large intestine from the small intestine. So the large intestine of an adult is about 1.5 meters long. Here much of the water in the remaining substances is absorbed into the body and feces or stools are formed. So now students, do you know the length of the large intestine of an adult? The small intestine, it is 7 meters and the large intestine is 1.5 meter. It is 1.5 meters long. Okay, so you can see that in the large intestine, digestion of food does not take place. So in large intestine, what happens? Water is absorbed because loss of water is not affordable. So that's why the large intestine absorbs the water into the body. And undigested food which is passed on to the larger intestine is converted into feces or stools. It is converted with the help of water, it is converted into feces or stools. So feces or stools are the undigested food which are formed in the large intestine. Okay. Then the feces collected in the rectum for some time and then later they are expelled from the body through the anus. Can you see here the rectum and the anus? Yeah. So this full digestion takes place in the small intestine. Now small intestine, which the undigested food is which food is undigested, it is given to the large intestine. So from large intestine, with the help of the water is absorbed in the large intestine. So with the help of the water, it goes into the rectum. This rectum is collecting the undigested food. Okay. So whatever this feces, now what is this feces? Feces are the waste material. Undigested food, this is the waste material in our body. So as these feces are the waste material of the body, they are collected in the rectum for a while and then they are thrown away, they are expelled or removed. Expel means removed or thrown away from the anus. Okay, so via anus it is thrown away the undigested food from our body. Okay, so that is what, when we go for toilet, that is known as feces or stools. Okay, clear girls? So the undigested food, it is formed in the large intestine, then it is passed on to the rectum and then it is passed on to the anus. So through anus, the undigested food will be removed out from our body. So here students, the process of digestion is totally completed. It begins from the mouth and ends at anus. Is it clear girls? Okay. So when we put it in the food in the mouth, what happens with the salivary glands? With the help of it and with the help of the food pipe or the esophagus, it goes in our stomach. Then it becomes semi juice like, then it goes in the small intestine. With the help of the blood, it mixes, and then undigested food is moved to the large intestine with the help of the water, and then from large intestine it moves into the rectum, and from rectum it is removed out. Okay, it is removed out through the anus. So this is the total digestion process. Is it clear, girls? So here the process is completed from the removal of the undigested food from anus. So this is how, students, the process of digestion takes place inside our body. Have you all noticed or heard about it? No. So just keep in mind, so when we eat food, we are supposed to chew it properly, not to eat in hurry. Okay. Now, next topic is why it is so important to drink adequate quantities of water. Why it is necessary to drink the proper quantity of water. A sufficient quantity of water is necessary for the process of digestion to take place properly, as well as for the food to keep moving through the alimentary canal. If one does not drink enough water, one becomes constipated, that is, one passes hard stool or does not pass it regularly. Okay, so we all tell us that we are supposed to drink lot of water. Yes, so most of time we drink water only when we feel thirsty. But it is not like that. We are supposed to drink sufficient water, not only when we are thirsty, but we are supposed to drink water again and again. Sometimes the doctor says, no, at least 3 liters water should be in our body. You should drink 3 liters of water in a day. Okay? So, you know, girls, the food which we eat is solid. It is solid. We eat rice, chapati, so it is solid. So when we drink water, sufficient water, what happens? With the help of the water, it is pushed inside. Okay? So if we will not drink sufficient water, then we will get, what happens? Problem of motions. Sometimes we will not get proper motion. Our stomach will start paining. Okay, so we are not supposed to drink water only when we are thirsty. We are supposed to drink lot of water in between. Okay, 1 hour or 1.5 hour. After 1.5 hour, again we are supposed to drink 1 glass of water. So we should have sufficient water. Clear? None of the other tasks in the body can go on without water. The water that is absorbed during digestion is the water that is used for all other processes in the body. That is why it is so important to drink adequate quantities of water. So not only for the digestion process we are supposed to drink water, but there are many other different tasks which are present in our body, which are impossible without water. Okay, the processes which are taking place, digestion processes which are taking place in our body, for that reason also we are supposed to drink water. Otherwise, if we will not have the sufficient water, the digestion process also there will be problem in the digestion process. Okay, even if we will not drink water, then the blood circulation will be not proper. Okay, and you know that 80% of the component is water. In our body, 80% water should be there. Okay, so if you don't drink sufficient water, enough water, So how blood circulation will be done? How blood will flow in your body? Because blood also is a liquid. Water also is a liquid. Blood also is a liquid. So when we have proper water, sufficient water, then there will be proper blood circulation from head to toe. Blood circulation in our body. Okay. So that's why we are supposed to drink water. So that is why we are supposed to drink water for the help of digestion, circulation, excretion, respiration, for each and everything. Okay, for each and everything we need water. For blood circulation we need water. For digestion we need water. For excretion we need water. Okay, the doctor says that when you get up, you drink one full glass hot water or warm water. Yes, before going for washroom or toilet. So that also is the thing. That means water is very important for our body. Clear? So we are supposed to drink water, sufficient water. Now another topic. Why we must not eat in a hurry? Why we must also avoid speaking and eating at the same time? Because children, when you want to see any program, or when you want to play, or if your friends are waiting out, what do? You just eat in hurry. Yes, of course, correct. So what happens? Or if you are getting late for school, for tuition, you eat in a hurry. Correct? Yes or no? Yes. So many of them have the habit of eating in a hurry. Also many of them have the habit of speaking while eating. They nicely have aram se, but they speak when you have the food. Correct? So if we eat in hurry, what happens? Yes, when we eat in hurry, sometimes our food material gets choked up inside the throat. And then we start coughing, or then you say, no mama, I want water just now. Correct? So same way here. So the upper ends of both the esophagus and the windpipe open in the throat next to each other. Can you see here? Can you see? So what happens? This is a mouth. This is a mouth region and this is a nose region. So there is one end over here. Correct? Both of them meet at one end, that is known as oropharynx. Correct? Yeah. So now esophagus is food pipe and throat, that is known as a trachea. Trachea is known as windpipe. So these both of them meet in one point. Okay. So if we eat in hurry, what happens? There are chances that the food particles will get choked up in the windpipe. Clear? So when food is swallowed, the windpipe remains closed. When we are eating food, the windpipe is, whichever the windpipe is present, it is closed. But when we eat in hurry, what happens? This food may enter the windpipe. It is closed, but when we are in hurry, it may enter the windpipe and cause us to choke on it. Okay? So always remember that when we eat any type of food material, the windpipe is always closed. It is not open. But if we eat in hurry, then naturally it will enter in the windpipe. Okay? See here. Can you see red color? Yeah, so it will enter in the wind. So this is the reason why we must not eat in hurry. We must also avoid speaking and eating at the same time. We are not supposed to eat in hurry, and also we are not supposed to talk in between when we are having the food. Clear, girls? I hope so you have understood. Till here, remaining topics we will complete in the next third part. Okay. Now what we have studied in this part, we have studied about the effects of smoking, passive smoking, digestion, the alimentary canal, a new word, gland, digestive organs, importance of water, that is why we are supposed to drink sufficient water, and why we must not eat food in hurry, and also we are supposed to avoid speaking while eating. So I hope so, girls, you have understood till here. Remaining part we will discuss or learn in the third part. Okay, now here is a small assignment. You are going to take the help of the following presentation and your textbook, and you are going to complete this assignment along with the question and answer in your science notebook. Bye, girls. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe. See you soon.